So I've just finished cleaning the data, meaning that I've been standardizing the names of the streets here in this address to field. Now, in order to get this data ready for upload to the mapping site, I need to get all 4 columns worth of address information here, the street number, the street name, the city, and the state, into a single column, because the mapping website wants all of the address information in a single field in the data set. So to do that, I'm going to insert a blank column here in front of the address information and then use Excel's concatenate function to get all that information together. To begin, I'm going to click on the top of the column here, right-click specifically, and choose Insert to get a blank column, and then give it a quick column title here. And now I'm going to start the concatenation. I'm going to press the equal key, and then type the word concatenate, C-O-N-C-A-T-E-N-A-T-E, and then a left parenthesis. And now I'm going to go highlight the street number field right here, and then a comma, and then I want there to be a space between the street number and the street name. So I tell Excel that by typing a quote mark, and then a space, and then another quote mark, and then I type a comma, and go highlight the name of the street. Okay. And now I'm ready for the next thing, which would be a comma. Now I want there to be a, let's see, a comma and a space between the name of the street and the city. So I'm going to tell Excel that by, again, starting with a quote mark and typing a comma and a space, and then a quote mark, and then another comma to move on to the next field. That would be the city name here. I'm using the right arrow keys here, or the arrow keys on the keyboard to move around. Type a comma, and let's see, I want to have a comma and a space between the street, the city name, and the state. So let's type another quote mark, a comma, a space, and a quote mark, and then a comma, and finally the state out here. And to finish it all out, I type a right parenthesis and then press enter. And here we go. Let me widen this a little bit. And there's the final address field right there. Now notice when I highlight this, I've got a formula in here. In just a minute we might want to do something a little different with that. But for now I want to copy this formula down the column so that I get the same information for each row of each row in the database. So I'm going to highlight the column I want to copy, right click and choose copy, dragging now with the mouse down the column to highlight all the blank cells here, letting up, right clicking and choosing paste. There we are, and then escape to get rid of the highlighting. And there I've got my combined information for all of the addresses. Now one last thing I think I want to do here. What I have right now is a formula, not actual raw text. What would be better perhaps is to insert yet another column, right click and insert, and then click on the top of the column and copy this information over into this blank column, but instead of just hitting copy, I'm going to right click and choose paste special, and then choose values, and choose OK. Now here's the difference. In this column here I have a formula in each cell that is dependent on the information over here in the address columns. What I have in this column that I just created is just the text only, not the formulas. See the difference? So what this means now is that I can delete all of this information and keep my combined address information. And now this is ready to upload to the map website. If I had left this column dependent on those formulas would have turned null when I deleted all the other address information. because those formulas would have had nothing to point to. They would have had empty cells to point to. So that paste special procedure lets you end up with columns with just text in them, which is what you want. So this is now ready for to be saved under a fresh file name and then uploaded to the mapping website.